Hello, everybody. Eric Gensler here with BigCommerce, and now we are going to speak a little bit about what our ideal customer profile is, right? So, what's a perfect fit for BigCommerce that you guys can send us that'll match up perfectly with what our offering is? So, traditionally, we've had three different market segments that we fill quite nicely, right? We have always dealt really a ton with small businesses, and in the last 2 or 3 years, we have made a real big push into that mid-market and enterprise space. So those small businesses, we consider them $0 to $1 million for online sales. So we don't go off everything they sell online and offline. We will generally just bucket them into these three different types of merchants by what they're selling online. And then in that mid-market space, we consider mid-market $1 million to $20 million. Again, if I'm a mid-market business, what I'm looking for is, hey, I've gotten to this point now. I'm a scaling merchant, so now I need to cut some of these apps that I have plugged in, cut some of these extra costs with functionality I don't have. So again, what do you guys have as far as advanced features out of the box, and how much infrastructure do I have that I don't need to purchase extra, right? So that's really what that mid-market bucket is looking for that we've seen traditionally. And then on the enterprise side, that's the $20 million to $100 million. And again, that's online sales. And for them, it's not only how fast can I get my site up and going, but also what's my total cost? How much is everything's going to cost me in my e-commerce genre, right? So not only just what the platform costs, but what are any updates going to cost me in hosting? We take care of all of that for those merchants. So it allows them to get that lower total cost. And again, just the speed that we can deploy these sites is much, much faster than especially your on-premise solutions like your Magento, like your custom solutions out there. And so what do you guys and gals need to listen for a customer that's an ideal merchant, right? So who's perfect fit for BigCommerce? Well, if they're very successful offline, but they don't have an online store, that's a great fit for us because traditionally we have been catering towards established businesses. That's who sees the value at BigCommerce by far the most, is those folks that maybe they're offline and they don't have an online store yet. They've never sold online, but they still have a lot of business needs. They still have a lot of functionality that's going to be required for them to be successful online because, again, they do have a big footprint offline. If they're a growing brand that's selling on a lot of different channels, so if they sell on Facebook or if they want to sell on Amazon or eBay, et cetera, we have a great channel manager where they can do that completely out of the box. So if they have a big omni-channel strategy, their Square POS being part of that omni-channel strategy, and they don't want to pay extra for selling on all those different channels. They want to make these channels sync all together with their online store and their offline inventory. We can do that out of the box on every single plan at no extra cost. And then again, for those scaling merchants, if they have those different enterprise systems, we have integrations with a ton of them, where we partner with all the best in breed for all those enterprise solutions, those OMS, those ERPs, those CRMs out there. If they need to start integrating that, awesome, we're all for it. They can build the connection themselves, or they can use any single one of our partners in our ecosystem that has those different type of solutions. So if they are coming up against bottlenecks because they don't have that capability on their site, again, those are great fits for us. And then another thing to highlight too is not only is it B2C, but also we're great for B2B clients. We have tons of functionality where they can have a B2B site and a B2C site all on one website. They don't have to purchase more than one website from us if they don't want to. So again, if they're successful offline and just moving online, if they're selling on those channels, if they're scaling and running into bottlenecks, and also not only just B2C, but also those B2B merchants as well. Couple quick client examples for you. So the Utah Jazz professional basketball team, they came to us from PrestaShop and they wanted to run Square for their team stores, right? So not only do they run Square for their online payments using BigCommerce, but also they use them in-house in their team stores for their major or for their professional basketball team, as well as their minor league team as well. And again, all that inventory is synced with the Square POS, which is synced with your BigCommerce store, which is synced with any other channel that you have. So that real-time inventory control is huge. It's by far one of the biggest selling points we have with Square. Silk Road Tees, again, another company that primarily they were a wholesale offline, but this is a great example of an offline business that doesn't have a big presence online, but still they have functionality that they need and business functionality and business requirements that, again, BigCommerce will fill 9 times out of 10 for merchants that are selling offline but don't have a presence online. But again, we have that functionality. It's an easy transition for them to make. And they wanted to launch their B2B sales and their BigCommerce storefront all in the same store. So again, with BigCommerce, there's ways that you can segment your clients out. You can make different buying groups. You can make different shipping and sell products by the pallet for this group, or limit certain categories and products for another group. So if you find somebody that is B2B and retail and B2C, we can do that all on one site. They don't need to break up their sites if they don't want. And just really quickly, a good brand slide. So any type of retail, we are really, really good at. If they have a huge catalog, if they have 50,000 SKUs or 100,000 SKUs, we have clients that have upwards of 6 million products on our storefront. So we don't charge them any extra for that. We're great with fashion, health and beauty, especially industrial and those B2B clients. Again, they tend to have those really big catalogs. So we're great for those clients. But anything within the retail space, we can accommodate. And then one thing that just kind of so everybody knows, the things that we aren't great at that you guys deal with are like services. If they have a quick serve restaurant, a food truck, if they have a spa or need a booking app, we can do them to a certain degree. It's just not our bread and butter. So again, we focus on the retail side. And then also if they have that B2B space that they need, we can also accommodate that as well. Awesome, everybody. Appreciate your time, and we will see you next time.